everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great. If I look a little bit excited, it's because, oopsie daisy, it's because it's way too hot. I dolled myself up and I am literally melting. It is, I say, only 29 degrees right now apparently, although it feels like 35, but it's supposed to get up to 32 in the afternoon. And today is one of those days where I don't tolerate the heat very well. When there is hardly any oxygen coming in, it's just all very kind of high humidity and all very sticky, and you just, you know, there's no breeze and it's just the sun cooking everything. So this side of the house right now is really hot. The other side of the house is cooler, so it's a bit more pleasant there. But yeah, I'm kind of wearing this parachute of a kind of a dress. It's beautiful. I wish I could give you a little twirl. It's not really working out here, but it is a bit hot, so it looks all up cute up here, but it's a bit too much fabric, so I'm just lifting it all up. Okay, so that's the thing. Today is the 9th of September, and it is a week of heat wave. So we came back on the 1st of September, a few days before the school started, and we had a lovely couple of weeks in Crete. The holiday itself was beautiful. There were some interesting things that I've learned, but about certain cultures and things which I won't go into here. And yeah, other than that, the food was amazing, the service was impeccable, the sea was okay, it wasn't as great as Croatia, especially where we stayed last year. That was just amazing. And then, you know, there was like an incredible amount of pools, so that was great as well. Although in that heat, even just to come out of the bungalow straight into the pool, which was probably like what, 3 meters from our room, already that it was so hot in the sun. So it was way too hot. The climate for me, even going at the end of August, was too hot. So Crete is a no-go for me. Probably would be a great time to go again if I would, is when they build a new airport, because the airport right now, I have not seen anything like that. It's like a third world country airport. It's just abysmal, absolutely shockingly bad. So I would not go back there, but apparently they're building a new one which is supposed to open next year, so I don't know. And the second point being is the climate. So it is way too hot for me. The sun is just making it so unpleasant to just even move around, and you know, everything. It's a huge hotel we went to, but even when you need to walk 5-7 minutes or 10 minutes, it really becomes a hard task. And I'm someone who likes sun, but the sun there is just, I don't know. I constantly kept wearing a hat because there is actually, in the beginning, first few days were okay, and then I think I just had a bit too much sun and I felt like I was going to have a heat stroke. I was like nearly fainting and it was not fun at all. So for that reason, it was a lovely / interesting experience as we were there, and there were great parts about it as well, but Crete is not for me, I'm afraid. Oh, this is one thing that was useful, and it actually kept us from fainting at the airport because there is no air conditioning, and it's quite useful here now as well. So I have packed a few things to take with me, and I thought I might be painting. So on the airplane, I have used my pattern sketchbook, and what I've done is I thought I will just carry on this kind of pattern here. If you remember, I think I've done a little video before leaving on the holiday about, was it adding painting to color to one of these? I honestly can't remember, but there's a little video on Instagram where I was just experimenting. So there was a new pen that I was working with, and that pen ended up not being waterproof, so it basically just created a big mess. The lines blurred, and then everything just became not great looking. So that was just experiment. And then I switched back to trusted uni pens. So this is a 01 and 05. These are great fine liners. Yeah, fine liner, and there are permanent ink in them. And so I've just gone ahead and created more shapes and just played around. So essentially what I've done here, just repeating it with waterproof ink, and you can see what a difference it makes. Mess, beautiful. Mess, beautiful. And yeah, then I just kind of, you know, experimented with changing things around, etc. So while we were on the airplane on the way to Crete, I was just doodling, and I found it really kind of calming, because it's a pattern, it's a repetitive thing that you do, and your mind just switches off. So if you have a bit of anxiety for flying, I can't say that I do now, but there was a moment where, well, years and years ago, I used to have anxiety for flying. It just sort of kicked in, and I would feel incredibly uncomfortable. Like, you know, I couldn't even think of eating on the airplane, and yeah, just the whole shebang. But yeah, then I got around it. I was absolutely fine. And then something happened again where we obviously didn't fly during lockdowns, like for about 2 years. I think we didn't travel anywhere. And then the first flight was a little bit nerve-wracking, but nothing like, I didn't have too much anxiety. But if you do, I would imagine that that would really help. It sort of calmed me down a little bit. I was all right. I wasn't nervous, but it just, you know, felt that this was even helping to chill out a bit more. So I just carried on and did these, and the idea was that I would just then, once I get to Crete, just add color to them. So all I managed to do, I think, is just this one here, the pink one. So one day I took out my watercolors. I'll show you the watercolors I've taken with me as well. And by the pool, I thought I'll just do a bit of painting. My God, it was so hot that it just, everything was drying, and there was no pleasure in painting in the scorching heat. And there wasn't that much time that I was spending inside the room with the aircon to be sitting there and painting. So basically I just ended up most of the time either in the pool submerged, because otherwise you get burned completely. So hat on, sunglasses on, and under the water like that, in and out, in and out. That was my holiday pretty much, and loads of amazing food. So yeah, there you go, that's all I've done. Let me show you the watercolors I've taken with me. So I took 2 sets, one being the metallics, which I didn't end up using at all. So these are the fine tag, and it's my customized palette that I have a video about. And I've got peach, golden orange, Indian summer, chocolate, rose gold, and golden olive in here. So you can buy them individually, and you can buy the empty palette. And then the pans come with like packaging with stickers, so you just basically create your own and customize whatever colors you like. And then I also took my botanical palette with me, so I used the pinks in there. There is not much to show or to share with you, because that was literally it. And apart from, before I went on the holiday, I was editing a lot of videos, and then we've been back now for a week. I've just been catching up with like school routine, tons of laundry, and what else, and just tidying the house up, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's been remarkably hot, so I've been also picking my tomatoes and looking after the kitchen garden, and it's just been non-stop. I feel like since we got back I've been going at like 200 miles per hour, so I'm slowing down now. And from next week we're supposed to have still hot weather, I think, until Tuesday, and then it'll start going into rain and cooling down a bit more, and that will be it, I guess. You know, that will be like middle of September, so I'm expecting a slow kind of autumn kicking in, and I'm so done with the hot weather. I'm really done. I actually was saying that when we were coming back from Crete, I was saying that I'm looking forward to British autumn weather, because at night time it gets to like 10-15 degrees here, and then it shoots up to 30 during the day, and it's like way too hot. Although last night I was returning from the gym and it was 11 o'clock at night and it was still 24 outside, so hot. Yeah, so that is it, and I'm looking forward to be starting to paint and just do some creative stuff. I really am craving it a lot. Two brushes that I took with me are the Princeton Heritage, and they are 20 and 3, just round brushes like that. So that was all to catch up on art, and yeah, it's taking a little break is good, I think, because it kind of, for me personally, it just opens up some perspectives, the freshness of, you know, different generations, and what I can take out of different generations and different times and different cultures, and the diversity, and just pick out things that I enjoy. I always have been like that since I was little, and yeah, I had great experience traveling since I was very little and living in other countries. So that is probably what I want to share with you for now. I'm not sure when I will have time to edit this video. All I know that at the time of filming it today, I still have one video which I have pre-filmed before going away, and I haven't edited it yet. So whichever way I decide to do things. Also, I think August's favorites, I haven't done that, I'm pretty sure. So I will think about that and try to create like a belated video maybe, but then it probably will come out middle of September. So I don't know. I'll see what I do about it. And I have some new ideas, and yeah, I just constantly I'm constantly thinking about YouTube, and I am constantly trying to figure out this whole algorithm thing. And with me, always, when I put my mind to something, I always manage to get there. And I manage to understand it, even if I start with something that is looking quite complicated to begin with, or quite off-putting. In the end, I get into it, and then, you know, I understand the structure. And algorithm on YouTube is something that I haven't yet cracked. So I'm quite curious why that is. There must be something why it is the way it is. But what's interesting is that I have become quite sort of, what I used to watch on YouTube, I no longer watch. So I used to be fascinated with product reviews. I am no longer interested in that, because I know products that I enjoy, and I'm not bored with those products at the moment. I'm using them up, and I'm not really looking for any new products to add just for the sake of it. And swatches and things, like I as well, not really interested, because I managed to gather all the colors that I enjoy working with, my own personalized, customized color palettes. And what else? yeah, it's just all the channels and all the type of videos that I used to watch, I just find incredibly boring right now. I am part of a generation of YouTubers here on YouTube, obviously, who have started as, you know, mums that had some spare time and wanted to try out different art supplies and share it with the community and, you know, pass on the knowledge to each other. But you grow out of that and you get to the point where you've done all of that and you don't find it interesting anymore. But yet I am trying to find, in my personal life, I'm really happy where I am with my art, but I'm trying to also kind of connect that to YouTube and crack the algorithm code and somehow make it not just so that I create a video that I enjoy watching myself or that I would enjoy if someone else like made that video, but for it to be also picked up by YouTube. So there's a lot of things to be considered, and I'm doing a lot of research, and let's see, maybe one day, who knows. But yeah, so far I am confused. Confused.com. All right, so that is it from me. Let me know how your summer has gone. Have you created a lot or not? If you have kids, how have you managed your time around it? And yeah, I mean, I cleared up my diary to be with my son, to be doing things and projects together, or projects, let's say projects, not really projects, but like, you know, cycling outside and going for walks and going to botanical garden and going different places, take him out, doing picnics, all that sort of lovely things for him to enjoy the summer, obviously. And then we did the holiday. So I made sure that my you know, I was on mum duty and all of my other stuff was just parked to the side during that time. So I hope you had a lovely summer, and I will see you again in September with new content. I suppose either the next video or the video after next will be all new content. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.